Hello, and welcome back to the last episode of Chibi-Robo.
It's the final Chibi. Do-do-do-do-do.
And last visit to the save menu. And then we're going to finish 2 side quests that have been dangling for most of the game.
But what could they even be? What is there left to do in this world? Other than clean up after Telly.
You could argue about when they started, but we're going to be finishing Plankbeard and the Free Ranger side quests. Plankbeards you would have to put off until around this time. Oh hey, he's actually taking care of the Tamagotchi.
Hey, what do you know?
But I think the Free Rangers are typically finished a bit earlier than what I'm doing. Wow, this Tamagotchi is really cool, player at home.
Dang, we should all just have Tamagotchis. Look, we'll pay you 50 moolah. Just take the Tamagotchi.
Alright, well, that's enough of that. That was just showing you do get rewarded by Dad if you play with the Tamagotchi. The Tamagotchi didn't give you much in terms of rewards.
Well, I mean, Tamagotchi is its own reward if you think about it.
Speaking of thinking about it, the toys in this world come to life, and Tamagotchi are just destined to die. So, like, does every Tamagotchi have, like, the same consciousness, and it's just like how Dinah can be rebuilt into a truck? Like, it doesn't matter if you get a Mamachi or Kuchibachi, it's the same, like, thought
Same
cluster.
soul. Or is it just a completely new consciousness born every time?
Or is their, like, existence even more miserable than normal because they're actually living, thinking creatures now? Anyway, Sarge reacts to our metal. We don't need that. We need to actually save Memphis.
Alright, well then, this isn't a medal for war crimes, this is actually for solving the energy crisis, so, shrug. Alright, so it's gonna be the killing of the bastard Tau.
Mm-hmm.
The coward Tau.
The Great Tau War.
This here's a dog.
Because it's like if the Emu War was about fighting a single emu.
You know, that would be at least... There would be more levity to that sort of situation. Just one motherfucker out there, and we just can't get him. We've sent our actual literal army against this emu, and we've come out the worst for it.
Alright, so first part of the operation. First part of the operation, we have to attract Tau. And then once he's here, the Free Rangers will keep him in place. And then we shoot the color. Thanks for pantomiming shooting. Sarge, I wouldn't have been able to figure out what to do otherwise.
That's not how I shoot my gun, actually, but I get what you're trying to say. Oh, careful, you're gonna erase the chalk with those tears. If we destroy this diagram, then we won't know what we're fighting.
You won't know what Tau looks like or what his color is.
See, what you need is just like a big papier-mâché dog, but like with a bow on its head, and we need to like hide it behind a bush, but like raise it up a little bit. And when Tao sees it,
Oh my god!
his eyes will pop out of his head, and he'll go, "Oh wow, 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 wow!" And charge right for the bush.
Here he comes! Sarge, look out!
He's making his way downtown. No!
Sarge's just like, why is morale seem so shot right now? Like, we not even started the fight yet. Oh god!
Oh no! Get him! Get the dog! Tao's looking like he's having a good time.
Tao's just playing. Like, he has no idea the terror he's bringing upon these Eggmen.
Alright, we'll bring in the space cruisers. God.
I do love this part. This is one of my favorite cutscenes in the game.
I'm also here, man! God, any kid who wakes up in the middle of the night and just happens to glance out here is gonna have such a wild time.
He's gonna go right back to sleep.
Just gonna be a repeat of the end of the Toy Story, just gonna scar a child for life, and nobody will ever believe them.
Captain, your real treasure be the friends you made along the way. So now the eggs are running away from the scurvy splinter. This did not go the way we wanted it to.
My husband would also be here, but he likes Tao.
Actually, I think he is here, just on the swing set.
He doesn't want to get into a violent altercation.
Also, now they can surround him? I guess they're getting support. Oh, he's not on the swing set. Alright.
Better make this shot count.
Zoom in.
I did it. Could we add, like, some music in post to make that seem really intense?
Can we do, like, a triple take of it? Tao's also cheering. Yeah, Memphis!
Hey, how's it going? Let me tell you, I had the wildest time.
Also, they're playing Sarge's crying and talking gibberish at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
On this line. On this line.
We get like zero explanation for this. Like, not even a token, like, I was just playing with Tao and lost track of time or something.
I just got stuck and we've been doing like this buddy roommate thing for years. It's been great. We're gonna smell horrible because of all this licking, but like, it's not so bad. Ah,
Also, this is a pun. Yeah, he barks on the ones, because in Japanese, the onomatopoeia for a dog barking is wan.
God.
There is a joke in Japanese about a guy trying to sell a dog that can do math. And you can guess where that joke is going just from the setup.
Mm-hmm.
We have a very similar joke in English, but I think it's a bit more varied.
Yeah, in this version, it would be a little bit lost, but, you know, the dog can do a one Tao punch, so it's important to note.
Anyways,
Oh, there he
there's
is.
Chibi-Robo.
Well, that's settled, so back I go.
He was just waiting in the living room like, y'all done with your stupid play soldier shit. Can I go play on the swing set now? You were there. You saw us get there.
Well, Well, maybe we dropped them. Did you fuck up?
So to unlock this scene, you don't have to just get all the treasure. You also have to hand over Primo Pal and the Tamagotchi to Mr. Sanderson, and you need to give the eggplant to the bird. You also need to finish the Free Ranger side quest.
Wow, it turns out the Soldier to Pirate pipeline is commonplace. We're violent and disillusioned now. It's great. I love it.
Sorry, just having an emotional breakdown. I also just no cry. Looks over to see two other people ultimately weeping.
Alright, well, see you later, Sarge. Blackbeard here is taking us to a place called Mother Base. Sounds pretty fun.
He keeps calling me young chicken now. I don't get it.
I thought maybe he's trying to do like a spring chicken thing, but no, he insists on the young. Don't you think the name Shoot Gunner is a little weird?
This is the second time this video Blackbeard has done the real treasures, the friends we made along the way.
I just really like validating me friends. Hey,
I know
nice.
it's a meme to make. I know it's a meme to make fun of that plot, but I think it works here. Let's go steal! To space! Why are we going to space?
Again,
Don't you need the spaceship guys for this?
There are going to be some very confused children.
Yeah, that kid was going to get a glass of water, looked out, thought he saw the eggs fighting Tao, and now he's gonna look back out and just see this.
They're going to the moon. Look, I know you don't probably have to breathe like a human being, but like, there are other problems with the vacuum of space that you're not prepared for in a toy boat.
You're not gonna reach escape velocity in that. Also, Moon, like, you know, the other game that a lot of people on the dev team worked on.
Alright, so if we insert Chibi-Robo into a cart of Moon, then we get Plankbeard in that game.
Also, damn, Sarge, you finally got one of your men back in and you lose 4 more.
Well, see y'all later. I don't know what happened this evening, but I'm tired. That's all I know. Aw, well that's nice. Well, see you later, Sarge.
And he's gone. Nowhere to be found. He just teleported. Let's take a look at all the stickers. I don't know why Dinah and Funky Phil have separate stickers. I don't know why Pico has a sticker. Those are the only ones that I think are really weird, though.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, we got all the stickers. We've done all the side quests.
Alright, well...
So now I'm just going to show off one more thing that I haven't really shown off yet.
I guess we'll just
play with Giga-Robo.
Swing here and contemplate life, Giga-Robo.
So you can hang out with Giga-Robo at both of his locations, on the swing or when he's on the couch. But I like the visual of them swinging together more.
Mm-hmm. We don't have mouths, and our eyes are very basic. It's very hard to read expression on us.
You can get some different dialogue and some different angles. So I'm just going to loop one of these angles as we talk about Chibi-Robo, since we weren't able to really talk about the game over the credits. I may also turn down the squeaking swinging because it's already starting to get on my nerves.
You ever just think about life, Giga-Robo? I do. I basically solved all the problems now, so I guess I'll just clean.
So Chibi-Robo is one of my favorite games. Definitely one of my favorite games on the GameCube. I think it's just really well set up and played out in the way that it works.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this company has made several games. They all follow a similar, like, power progression where, like, when you start, you can barely do anything. And then by the end, you have so much energy or health or whatever you have that doing all this stuff is almost trivial. It's just a matter of, like, figuring out what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think of all the Moonlight games, this is the most approachable.
Absolutely.
This is easier to figure out than Moon, easier to figure out than Tulip. I think Rule of Rose also kind of plays like this, but in a horror sense. I have no idea about that game, but I assume this is easier to approach than that.
Yeah, I've seen the first hour of Rule of Rose. I don't quite know what's going on there, but it's different from the other games, at least, it seems.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the only other game I could think of that you could maybe play, it does have an English patch that I never could get it to work. Oh god. Exit of Eden? I can't remember what it's called anymore. No, Lack of Love. LOL,
yeah.
Lack of Love. Exit of Eden is a completely different fucking game. That already did not rely on text, but they did have some, like, hints in the pause menus, so somebody did eventually translate those. But that's also super weird, super obscure, and just super esoteric to play. Chibi-Robo is very easy to get into.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're coming at this from Moon, I really hope that you enjoy it because it's got to be easier to deal with.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So do you have any thoughts on Chibi-Robo you want to share?
Chibi-Robo was one of the many games that I grew up with, just like watching the little videos on like the game websites back in the day. Like every game had a neat little website, so I'd see like a bunch of out of context things for Chibi-Robo and thought, dang, that game looks really cool. It's super cute, and it is. It's a lovely little game. And yeah, it's absolutely the most approachable of this type of game. It's easy to figure out, and also just in general is less punishing. It's been mentioned before, but like in comparison to Moon, in Moon you get a game over and you lose progress if you run out of energy. Here you actually kind of need to run out of energy so you can get stuff, but it's also not a game over. Like, unless you absolutely forget to save, you can't lose progress in Chibi-Robo.
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes it a lot more welcoming, and I think also just it's a really good looking GameCube game and has a whole lot of good characters. They're all fairly memorable. Going the Toy Story route definitely helps, because you got the Sandersons who have good designs, but then you have a bunch of toys which are very easy to make distinct from one another. And then making up the majority of the cast, it makes them distinct. I'm using the word distinct a lot, but they all feel different, and I love that they all have their own different storylines. That's been the main thing, the good thing about this game. The Sandersons' whole plot is the main story of the game, but I feel a lot of the heart of it is interacting with the other little things here and there, because they add a whole lot of variety, and sometimes that variety is lighter than the main story, which is about a dysfunctional family. And then sometimes it's also mostly heavier, like most of Funky Phil's plotline, where you just think he's dead for most of it.
Yeah, I will also say, out of all the casts of the Moonlight games, this is the one that I remember pretty much everyone from.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like
I remember some of the Moon characters and some of the Tulip characters, but like I can remember every character from this game and what their deal is.
Yep, absolutely. Like, I've seen Moon somewhat recently, and I don't remember the characters as well. I remember the major ones, but it's been a while since I've seen Tulip. And yeah, I don't really remember many of the characters from that, if any. But even if you had asked me before Chibi-Robo, like, hey, lifts like 5 characters from this, I could have done that easily. I don't know if I could have gotten all of the characters, just because, you know, there's a lot of stuff to remember. Human brains can't just recall things instantly all the time, but, like, I could pretty solidly say, like, oh yeah, there's Sunshine Bear, he's a drug addict. There's Funky Phil, he fucking dies. There's Dinah, she's got the best song.
Yeah.
There's Drake Redcrest, he exists, and you will remember that because he's Drake Redcrest.
So, I've been mostly positive throughout this LP, and for good reason, because this is a great game. The only time I really, took it to task was in the episode before this. But I have what I'm going to assume is a controversial take. Most people seem to be under the impression that Ziplash is what killed Chibi-Robo. Chibi-Robo had 5 games, four of which weren't Ziplash, all of which were financial failures.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even think it was just in like an underperforming profits way. I think they all lost money.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be right. They wouldn't have given him 5 games if they all lost money. But I feel like Chibi-Robo never did well financially.
Yeah, it's
So,
understandable because look at all of the other games, but also it's a shame that this game at least underperformed. Because at the very least, this is the one everyone remembers. I recently thought, like, I mentioned it in one of my streams, but I thought, like, this was the only, like, Chibi-Robo game like this. But apparently they all play, like, relatively like this, at least.
Most of them do. I think Photo Finder might be a little different. Park Patrol is an isometric view instead of the over-the-shoulder camera, but it still, plays like this, more or less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought they were all gimmicky even before Ziplash, but that's just because, like, look, there's a Chibi-Robo fandom, but...
That's the narrative that Chibi-Robo fans push.
Yeah, this is the only one. This is the only one anybody ever talks about.
Yeah. So, like, by the time Ziplash had come out, Chibi-Robo, as it existed in this game, was already dead, because either they were going to make more Ziplash-like games or they weren't going to make anything.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. This franchise does deserve better. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the narrative that Ziplash killed the franchise is not right.
It's ridiculous.
I don't think it was... The fact that Ziplash got made means that it was already kind of dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, I've never seen anybody talk about any of the other Chibi-Robo games.
It doesn't help that they were all, like, hamstringed one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Park Patrol was made a Walmart exclusive at the last minute for some stupid reason.
What the fuck? Hey, before we release Park Patrol, let us just stab it in the heart. Okay, here you go. Find it at Walmart, idiot.
So yeah. Chibi-Robo Plug into Adventure for the GameCube is a great game. Chibi-Robo as a franchise, even though I haven't played any other games, seems like a pretty good franchise. We're gonna have to hope for a spiritual successor or for somebody else to buy the license, because like nobody who's made a Chibi-Robo game before has any reason to make another one.
Mm-hmm.
We've either got to get this re-release on the Switch, or we're gonna have to figure out how to make reproduction GameCube discs. Apparently, those are a fucking nightmare to make, and so nobody will ever make them.
They were so small.
As opposed to like reproduction Nintendo 64 cartridges, which aren't hard to find at all. But yeah, that does it for the Let's Play. I ended the Yakuza Let's Play by saying I'd never do another Let's Play. I did another Let's Play.
Proved yourself wrong. There you go. Fucking got him.
I have no plans to do another one. But if I do decide to do something next, I hope you tune in for it. And in the meantime, you can keep tuning into Fafner's works.
Yeah, Loka's also there for some of the other ones, too. We'll probably still be playing Fire Emblem.
I get to go back to having the easy job where I just make snarky remarks and don't have to edit.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so, yeah, see you next time. See you, Chibi Cowboy.